Hey everybody, it's Matt from You and Your Horror Movies, and welcome to my end of the month haul for my DVDs and Blu-rays of horror films that I picked up for the month of February. Yes, February is a short month, but a lot of pickups. I don't know if everybody's going, but just to let you know, if you're in the New Jersey area, I am going to Monster Mania for the very first time, so I can't wait. I'm very excited. My wife and I are going to go there for 3 days. And hopefully have a lot of fun. And praying, fingers crossed, whatever I can cross, that the weather's good. Because the way the weather's been around here has been pretty shitty lately. So let's hope for next weekend the weather is fantastic. But without further ado, you probably don't want to hear me talk about Monster Mania and everything. We're here to talk about films. All my DVDs and Blu-rays I picked up. Right off the bat, I can't believe I found a Twilight Time for $10 at Soundgarden. I guess they must have upgraded to the Scream Factory edition. But I said, what the hell, why not? And of course, that is 10 to midnight. Pretty much, I could either spend $35 for the Scream Factory or spend $10 on the Twilight Time Blu-ray. I think I'll go with the Twilight Time. It does have special features, so I'm very excited to finally own this in the collection. And Twilight Times are always out of print. They're always harder to find than like the Scream Factory. So I found this and picked it up for sure. Severin finally got my Black Friday order. It took them forever. So finally get to show these off. Well, this one right here, this particular box set, that is all the colors of the dark and all the colors of Giallo. This is a 2 DVD Blu-ray set. One is actually the movie. I think it's all the colors of the Giallo. And wait, no. All colors of the dark. All the colors of the Giallo is like a documentary / trailer compilation of all different type of Giallo films. I heard it's not the greatest, but I can't wait to get this one to watch. So finally have both of these in the collection. Came with a cool slipcase. Yeah, I paid for these in November. I finally got them in February. So well worth the wait. You'll see a couple more of those. Found this used, I got FYE, The Arrival and The Arrival 2. I've seen The Arrival, wasn't bad. Never saw the second one, so for $4, why not? From SRS Cinema, they put out their trailer compilation called Backyard Epics. That artwork is freaking cool. It's a lot of SRS trailers, you know, House Shark, She Kills, Empire State of the Dead, Strawberry Estates, Vicious Sweet, and there's many more as well. So you got a whole bunch of cool trailer compilations from, you know, good old SRS Cinema. Next was a blind buy, and I'm actually glad I bought this movie. It's a cool little slasher called Basement Jack. Pretty much about this guy who got tortured by his mom. He grows up to be a serial killer. He lives in people's basements and starts picking out the families one at a time during a thunderstorm. And pretty much he goes from town to town and pretty much does it. Girl survives, so now she's after him and he's after her. So of course now they're in this small town and people are getting picked off. Pretty good, good gore, some good nudity. Some kills were off screen and some kills were on screen, so you gotta have a mixture of both. But I had fun with this one, so I definitely recommend checking out Basement Jack. Yeah, that's the back. From good old Vinegar Syndrome, we have Planet of the Lost Empire, and the reverse side is Mutant War. Yes, good old Vinegar Syndrome putting out this great stuff. This is a Polonia Brothers film, so know what to expect. If you know Polonia Brothers movies, they're a lot of fun. Special effects are pretty cool, low budget. So finally added to the collection. A couple of my friends, my birthday was in February, and they hooked me up with a couple gifts. My friend Mood616 sent one over, and this one I think is from my friend Brandon from the Exploding Heads. They both hooked me up with Basket Case 2 and 3. I never owned them, so I'm very happy to finally own the complete Basket Case trilogy. So thank you guys. Another blind buy, another creature feature. You know me, I love my creature features. And that's Beast of the Water. Beast of the Water was pretty cool. It's all practical monster effect, Native American horror, where they are trying to pretty much find the Fountain of Youth. They find this water. They go down with some mercenaries and come to find out it's Native American land. They're not supposed to be there. The Native American decides to release the water spirit. I think it's called Inuente. That was the original name of the movie, Inuente. And of course, this monster's going off, picking them off one at a time. A lot of fun. Definitely recommend checking it out. So yeah, Beast of the Water. I had to get this on my own. Oh, this is ripped. So I gotta fix that case. I had to get my own edition of The Bog. Yeah, I have it on a 8-pack somewhere, so I wanted my own separate edition. Cheesy creature feature movie. You know, all that fun shit right there. That's gonna bother me. I hate when cases come ripped. But The Bog. Pleasant surprise, and of course my slip got damaged thanks to Amazon. And that is, of course, Cloverfield Paradox. You can see right there, they bent it. But anyway, this was a Netflix original film. No one knew anything about it. I think after last year's Super Bowl, it just magically appeared on Netflix the next day. Really good. It kind of reminded me of a little bit of Event Horizon a little bit, but it is linked with the rest of the Cloverfield movies. And that's right there. They're all in space. They're working on parallel worlds and everything, and the spaceship gets blasted into a parallel universe. They find a woman trapped inside the walls of the spaceship. There's all this weird shit going on. This was actually a lot of fun. I'd recommend checking out Cloverfield Paradox if you haven't checked it out yet. Finally picked up this monster for $30. Glad I did. That is the Crimson Peak Arrow Edition. This thing is a freaking book. Oops. That's the case right there. And if you want, you can open it up and all the shit's inside. I'm not going to do an unboxing because there's probably unboxing videos out there. But this thing is thick as hell. You could probably knock someone out with this thing. But this is Crimson Peak. I can't believe this movie got this incredible edition. It hasn't been out long. I kind of figured, I already had the Blu-ray. But what this one is just jam-packed with features and goodies inside. I found it pretty cheap, and it is limited. So, it'll probably go out of print sometime soon. So, you know what? Let me jump on the bandwagon and pick it up. So, yeah. Glad I did. That thing is solid. A fun little anthology kind of slasher film called Dead List. I saw the artwork kind of attracted me, about an actor who finds like a Necronomicon on him. He writes their names. The names get written in a book, and each story is based on that individual. And of course, they all start getting picked off one at a time in different ways. One of them was very, very short. It doesn't make sense. They're kind of like Twilight Zone-esque as well. So the stories weren't bad. There was one that was really good about this guy who gets bit by a sea creature. He just melts. That's just gory. It's fun. So just that story alone was really good. So Dead List wasn't bad. There is a killer clown part in it. Another guy gets he gets treated differently because his skin changes color and that whole ordeal. And the other one, the guy goes crazy. The sound just goes off. He's connected to a cell phone. It's just really weird. But Dead List, I liked it. It was interesting, so I definitely recommend checking out it. Fun little flick. Just for that one short story, it was awesome. From another SRS cinema, Death Toilet. Yes, a killer toilet. About a guy, he gets killed by his toilet. His compadre comes to help him out. He's suffering from PTSD. And of course, he has to deal with a possessed toilet. Very, very low budget, shot in video. Now, that's your disc. It's just handwritten on there. So it's not, professionally done or anything. It's just a cheap flick, cheap little movie. It was goofy. I laughed my ass off. So yeah, Death Toilet. Found this one at a game store, and I saw the Tokyo Shock. Of course, had to grab it. And that's called Death Trance. I don't know anything about it. It's like a cool Asian, swords and sorcery, witchcraft type thing. Who knows? If anybody's seen it, please let me know. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this one. Is it worth it? Should I go return? I probably won't return it, but you know me, I like collecting my Tokyo Shock films. Side grade, because I just wanted it for the artwork. I had it. The one I had was a DVD-R. It was Alpha Video. It was cheap, but it just didn't look good. Like, it looked cheaply made. So, of course, I went and found this version. Of course, that is Despisa. Yes. I think that's early 2000 film. Yeah, 2003. The graphics are insane. You know what you're getting into. I just love this cover art. The whole orange and the monster right there in front. Had to switch over to a clear case. But if you know the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But it's just a fun, cheesy flick. I've seen it before. Guys going into hell, trying to escape hell. They got monsters and weird shit going on from 2003. Yeah, so I just wanted it for the cover art because I love that cover art. Not really horror, but Artsploitation sent this to me over, called Do It Yourself. I think this is more of a crime flick. I gotta give it a watch. I'll let you know in a review. So I'll throw that right there. If you've seen it, let me know. Found this at FYE. I got it for pennies. It was in their clearance section. I found a couple movies in their clearance section. I spent like a total of $11. And this one is called Dogman 2, The Wrath of the Litter. Now I was going, I checked, I actually had the first one in an 8-pack. I was like, okay, so now I had the sequel. I don't know anything about the Dogman movies. If anybody's seen them, let me know. Again, I paid, I think, 37 cents for this. Well, it's 37 cents. Not going to hurt me. All right. Some more low-budget goofiness. Fungicide. Yeah, this movie is just corny as hell. Very low budget. Killer mushrooms, you know. When I got it, it was in a black case. And this is also a DVD-R. But I went to a game store. I wanted to put this in a green case. I don't know why. The green, the everything looked interesting. So I went and bought like a cheap-ass Xbox game. One of those sports games for like $1.98. Threw out the game and just pretty much kept the case. So yeah, Fungicide. This looks pretty cool in the green case there. Picked up Hauntings in America. This is a documentary on historical horror hauntings, pretty much. It comes 2 discs. You got areas with Gettysburg, Tennessee, all over the place. Michael Dorn is the host. I thought this was a TV show, but it actually is a documentary. It's a 2-disc documentary on different areas. So, can't wait to give those a watch. Let me know what you think. If you've ever seen this before, is it worth it? But again, for the price, it's alright. Artsploitation actually sent this to me as well. The House. Or I want to say, Die House. I don't know how you say it in German. But I guess it's a Nazi exploitation / possession type film, possibly. So again, I have to give this one a watch. I'll give you a review at some point soon. But The House, why not? Some more Severin. This was actually a surprise that they mailed it to me. And that is Invasion of the Blood Farmers. Look at that artwork. That's so 80s retro right there. Even 70s look with the rainbow and shit. This is a complete by and by. I don't know anything about it. It just looked cool. I think this is a Donald Farmer film. Is it? I probably wouldn't know. Let me know if it is or not, or what your thoughts on Invasion of the Blood Farmers. Looks kind of fun. Didn't know this was a Blu-ray, and I realized it came out. Kiss of the Tarantula. Yes, I've been after this movie for a while. I think the DVD went out of print or something. Couldn't find it for a bit. Then I think it was... who put this out? VCI. VCI released it on a cool Blu-ray. It's actually a double disc DVD and Blu-ray combo. So that's pretty cool. Girl uses tarantulas to get her revenge. So it's a killer spider flick. I think from the late 70s. So yeah, can't wait to get this one to spin. Another birthday present from my friend Brendan. He is also part of the Exploding Heads podcast. He sent me Medusa from Mondo Macabro. So very excited to finally have this in the collection. Can't wait to give it a watch. Another one I spent pennies on at that FYE clearance section. I don't know anything about it. Natalies Loose. I got the whole gas mask thing, but it looks pretty interesting. I read the synopsis on it. So if anybody's seen it, let me know. Complete blind buy. Natalies Loose. Next of Kin for another Severin pickup. Finally adding this to the collection. I can't wait to get this one to watch. It does have reversible cartwork, so I switched it over to that because I remember that on the VHS back in the day. So yeah, Next of Kin. Can't wait. It'll be fun to watch. Overlord. Movie was fantastic. Nazi experimentation, and during World War II, Americans go in to try to stop and blow up this tower. Come to find out it's an underground experiment area. A lot of fun, guys. If you haven't seen Overlord, highly recommend it. Another Vinegar Syndrome. Party Line. Don't know anything about it. It looked like a cool, I guess it's a proto-slasher. I don't know. But if anybody's seen it, let me know. Vinegar Syndrome always puts out some weird shit, so I gotta pick them up. So, Party Line. Yeah. Finally adding it to the collection, Requiem for a Dream. I've had Pie, just never had this one. It's a drug-infested fueled film. Pretty cool flick. Highly recommend checking it out if you haven't. From Code Red, the notorious Dark Force Entertainment site that's never up, never running. I've been checking their sites back and forth, and they finally had some in stock. Finally picked up Screams of the Winter Night. I gotta give this one a watch. It's got full of features to it. I'm gonna pause it there. But this one is getting hard to get a hold of because they're never opening their store. So keep an eye on their store. They keep putting in more stock. They say they're running a certain amount of numbers, and of course they go away. Then there's more back in stock, back and forth. So yeah, if you can, keep an eye out. Screams of the Winter Night. Another one from Soundgarden. Saw the old Anchor Bay and the Blu-ray, of course, Twilight Time, out of print, hard to find. So I picked up Short Night of the Glass Dolls. This was another Giallo added to the collection, so I can't wait to get this one to watch. I heard really good things about this. So yeah, good old Anchor Bay. I love finding the old Anchor Bays in the wild. Another Severin, Black Friday, Skinner. I almost bought the DVD, because I remember, what's his face? Ted Raimi was in it, and I want to get some of his stuff. I knew about it, he was the killer, and I almost bought the DVD. Severin says, we're putting this on a special Blu-ray during Black Friday sale. I said, okay, I'll hold off, and picked it up. Finally came. So very happy to have Skinner in the collection. Slime City and Slime City Massacre. Had to buy it for the podcast. Check out Cinema Attack. We did the podcast for this movie, both movies. So much fun. They were blind buys for me. I never saw them before. Love them both. Very gory and gooey. Kind of reminds me of Street Trash, Trauma films. Yeah, a lot of fun, guys. They're both back to back is awesome. The second one is, like, the first one's from the 80s, 1989, and the second one is from 2010. They reference so much from the first movie, from part 2. It's incredible. So they did a great job of doing that. The other one I mentioned when I got the clearance section, I saw this here it was 90% off. Terminator Genisys. The only reason why I bought this over here is because it came with the skull. Only reason I wanted it was because of the skull. Didn't really care for the movie, but I wanted this skull. So I bought this. It was $40. Now I got it down to $10. With discounts more, I got it down to $9. So I was kind of excited. I might not even put these in the collection. I might put them in the action section. The Terminator movies start becoming more action-related and more than less horror. So it's kind of hard with the Terminator films. So we'll see. Another birthday present from my friend Derek, DeBougier86. He sent me 3 tiers of a Bloodstained Flesh. Another, I think it's a new Giallo, so I can't wait to get this one to watch, from Unearthed Films. So yeah, never seen it before. Another upgrade. I had it on a box set from Code Red again. Tower of Evil. They said that one of the discs is fucked up. I watched it. It is. They are going to be sending me a replacement disc, so keep an eye on it. I think it's later on. It starts to skip. The sound is off. Everything's kind of off on that. They knew about it now, so now they're going to send up replacement discs. So keep an eye on it. Picked up the Toy Box. Heard some good things about it. Can't wait to give it a watch. If anybody's seen it, let me know. You Might Be the Killer. This movie's a lot of fun. It's kind of a cool slasher. I found it on Sci-Fi Channel. Gave it a watch then. Had a good time with it. It's kind of like someone's playing the killer. It goes back to the individual and goes back to the killer. It's really fun. I highly recommend checking out You Might Be the Killer. Upgrade. Did get the Scream Factory Valentine. Had to grab it. Had the old snapper case. So very excited to own the movie. I like that one a lot. Another old Anchor Bay in the wild. It's an out print one, and I heard a rumor that I might be getting a Blu-ray. You know what? I'm just excited to find the old Anchor Bay of Vice Squad. I don't think it'd probably be more horror or whatnot, but it does have serial killers in it and everything. And it's got this cool shininess to it. So, yeah, good old Anchor Bay right there and on the side. So, finally having this one in the collection. Yeah, I heard a rumor it's getting a Blu, but you know what? I'm happy with the DVD. So, especially old Anchor Bay. Come on. All right. Also picked up from Vinegar Syndrome, Wacko. I didn't even know this was a horror film. I thought it was just a comedy, the way it looked. But it's actually a comedy slasher. The Lawnmower Killer. That's one of the side. I like that artwork right there. So yeah, another horror comedy to add to the collection. So I can't wait to give that one a watch. Yeah, oh, it's got that bend there. It's driving me nuts. But I think that's how it was processed. And last, I found this for a couple bucks at FYE called Wolves. I don't know if anybody's seen it, let me know. Love to hear your thoughts if this is any good. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my end of the month haul for the movies I picked up for February. Again, if you're going to Monster Mania, let me know. I'd like to see you there. Come up and say hi to me. I'm very easy to talk to. This will be my very first Monster Mania, so I'm excited on that. Again, if you've seen the movie and I haven't, please let me know in the comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts on it, especially the certain ones that I have not seen. Again, guys, thanks very much for watching. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. All that fun jazz. And let me know your thoughts, guys. Have yourself a good one. Peace.